Fellow Nigerians, after the release of my last video in which I addressed the former governor of Kwara State and the present Senate President Bukola Saraki and his gang members, unbelievable number of Nigerians have shown tremendous interest in our movement. Most of the questions on their lips is, what will be the next step? The next step. Nigerians must know that there is already a divine answer to that question. When, after my last video, Senator Ovie Omo-Agege snatched the mace from the Senate in broad day. Whether he is denying it or not is not the issue here. He did not even understand what happened. Most of our politicians are used to snatching ballot boxes, but God instructed Ovie to go a step further to snatch the mace. I was initially disappointed until I got the message clear. God is saying that after your last video against the federal legislators, Ovie was directed to snatch the mace, even as a senator, despite all the huge security presence. Because I am telling Nigerians that if one person could snatch the symbol of our fake democracy, then 180 million Nigerians must go out and snatch back Nigeria from the politicians. So snatching the mace, you must understand that it's happening from the spiritual realm. God is saying 180 million Nigerians, stand up and snatch back your country, because one person was able to snatch a mace. That is the message. And you know, these politicians, our prayers have been answered many years ago. These politicians, we must understand that they are just like the princes and the princess of Persia. Our prayers have been answered many years ago, but we Nigerians just need to do something for the prayers to manifest in our lives. Because these ones we call the politicians, they are not flesh and blood. They are worse than principalities and powers. And you must know, and I want to reveal to you today who my sponsor is for this revolution. My sponsor is the Holy Spirit of God. I have been talking about this for the past 25 years, that Nigeria cannot stand on its own unless we start a revolution. But now the message is very clear to me. So you must know who my sponsor is. Now, when you ask me what will be the next step, I'm telling you that divinely we have been put in motion, on alert, that the time is now. The next step is this. On May, in the month of May, on the 15th day of our Lord 2018, I, Frederick Odorige, proudly Nigerian, will respectfully, but with a sense of national concern, call on all Nigerians, home and abroad, to join us as we formally move a public motion for the declaration of a second independence for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We shall demand a second independence from Nigerian rulers, from the local to the federal level. This is called revolution without ammunitions. In this revolution, we shall not preach hate. No tire will be burnt on our streets. No house or property will be burnt. Not one single Nigerian will die. But we must be free. Nobody died in Zimbabwe, but Zimbabwe is now free. Nobody was killed, but the armed military coup plotters of Turkey surrendered their weapons to the unarmed civilian population right on the street. The time has come for the sleeping giant of the African sun to rise up from slumber. We must experience freedom in our time. We must experience national pride in our time. We must enjoy the resources of our country in our time. We must enjoy peace and justice, security and democracy in our time. And the time is now. There can never be peace for Nigerian rulers until they replace the love for power with the power to love. This chain around Nigeria, our country, has led to hardship and general marginalization. And this chain must break. This chain must break. Nigeria will not break. Nigeria will not break. But our leaders and their chains must break. The chain fell from Nelson Mandela after 27 years in prison. The chain fell from Paul and Silas in the prison of the evil king. The chain fell in Zimbabwe in 2017 when Robert Mugabe was booted out of office. In 2017, the chain fell in Gambia when Jammeh Yahya was disgraced out of office after 22 years of failed leadership. In 2010, the chain fell in Tunisia at the best of the Arab Spring, which ended a dictatorship of 23 years. In 1979, the chain fell in Iran after a peaceful revolution was set and the people were set free. The People Power Revolution of the Philippines broke their chain in 1986. People Power removed South Africa's Jacob Zuma from office in 2018 when corruption ravaged South Africa. Since the chain fell from those countries, it must fall from Nigeria. So Christians, whether you are a Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Jews, pagan, traditionalists, and all security agencies of Nigeria, you must arise and join this revolution. We all attend the same market. We all feel the same pain. This is not religion. This is not region. It is Nigeria. So on the 15th day of May, I will tell you 2 reasons why we are still where we are as a country. After telling you those 2 reasons, I will now roll out a 18 points agenda on how we shall achieve this peaceful and legal revolution. This fight will be our last fight as a people that will finally launch us into greatness. One person initiates a revolution, but all citizens have to key in for that revolution to work. We all started the SAP riot in Uniben against Babangida in 1989 when there was no mobile phones, Facebook or WhatsApp. Thank God for technology. Our fight has been made easier. Therefore, I need all Nigerians to stand up with me. Enough of talking about talking. We refuse to continue to endure the embarrassment that comes with our stigmatized Nigerian passports. The colors of our Nigerian flag, green, white, green, has been dipped in blood. This killing and all those rubbish in our country must stop. Having lived in Europe for 20 years and experiencing the steady developmental trend, it pains me to my bone marrow that everything in Nigeria is opposite. Why? I can count 5 countries in Europe that when you put all their resources together, including their youths, I did not say lazy youths, if you put all together, Nigeria is far richer than them. Some of them have no natural resources, but everything works. Some of you watching me now, you live abroad, and some of you have traveled far better than I have done. So you understand what I'm talking about. Who said that we cannot call ambulance in Nigeria and they respond by land or air to rescue Nigerians who bleed to death on our highways and in our towns and villages? It is possible. Who says we cannot call the police and the army and they respond to save lives and restore life and restore order within 5 minutes without complaining that they do not have fuel in their vehicles? Who says we cannot call the fire service and they respond to save Nigerians from being burned to death in their homes? Who says that all these emergency telephone numbers cannot be called free of charge without you having credit on your phone? That is what happens in normal society, and this must happen in Nigeria within our time. If we stop visionless politicians from entering into office, we must take action now. And most of you have been asking, who is Frederick? And where have you been, Frederick? I am proudly Nigerian. I am the president of the Nelson Mandela Association, under which we are having this movement. I am also the founder and the global coordinator of the European Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. I am the president of the Nigerian Association in Hungary. I have a background in military science and a background also in international public service relations. Public service is the pillar of governance. I understand the nitty-gritty of governance. I was a card-carrying member of PDP until I saw the failure in Jonathan's government, which confirmed to me that it's not about having a PhD president. Then, like many Nigerians, I had great expectations. But when they failed, no, I knew that we didn't need a political party to save Nigeria. We need one person Just one person from the top. So when Jonathan Goodluck failed, I saw in Buhari a vision of a change. So during the campaign period from 2013, 14, 15, I suffocated whoever knew me with the campaigns for Buhari. Go to my Facebook page and you will see Yoma Odorige. 2 years into office, I was still convincing my friends that it was too early to judge Buhari. With elections months away now, I have concluded deep in my heart that it is neither PDP nor APC. I support candidates, not political parties. I don't see your tribe or religion, I see Nigeria. Look at the blood, the killing of Nigerians. Look at what just happened in Benue State. Killed Catholic priests in the church. And we have security agencies. Now, PDP just apologized to Nigerians. How can you apologize and you still keep the loot in your local and foreign bank accounts? You cannot eat your cake and have your penny. They are mocking us. Apology unaccepted. Let us quickly do something now before APC will apologize in the future after wasting our time and resources. Several factors shocked me in Buhari's regime. One, the continuing killing in Nigeria. And we have a retired army general as our president, who is now telling us that these are rebels from Libya. Secondly, Buhari's low response to issues and delay in personally commenting on urgent national matters was demeaning of citizenry. Three, the current economic hardship without immediate plans to ameliorate the situation. Four, the steady borrowing in Nigeria now is a mortgage of our future country. How can we think of borrowing to service our budgets when the salaries and running costs of the executives and legislators are making us dry? So, my friends, we have to move. So, compatriots, we have to rise up. The time has come and the time is now. My friends are even shocked that, look, this guy that was a Buhari, no, it's not about one person. It's about our country. Our country comes first. I eat Nigeria. I chew Nigeria. I am a true Nigerian. Nigeria is in my blood. I talk Nigeria. I have no other country than Nigeria. Even if I stay abroad for how many years, the palm tree can stay in the river for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, all its life. One day, it will never become a crocodile. I cannot die in Europe. I must go back home. We must build our home. My extended families are there. My friends are there. The friends of my friends are there. Nigeria is our country. It's in my blood marrow. We must rise up. People are building their countries. Let's build ours. We cannot continue to complain and complain. Let's do something about this now. And for those of you who are encouraging me that, okay, come back home, contest for the presidency, of course, I have the managerial acumen to put Nigeria back on track within 4 years. Whoever leads Nigeria, you cannot change Nigeria within 4 years. You are joking. You don't know what you are doing. Way back in Nigeria, I was born in the city. I grew up in the village. I schooled in the city, schooled abroad again, and lived abroad for two decades. I have the native intelligence and the street wisdom to drastically turn Nigeria around. However, I have no political ambition for now. I want you to get this clear. I am dedicated to nation building right now. I'm dedicated to two things for the rest of my life. One, nation building, and that is Nigeria, and the service of God. So let us give a level playing field to all aspirants, but our coalition will make clear statements on viable and presentable candidates at the appropriate time. The candidates from the state to the federal level must meet 10 criteria, which we will not disclose now. So when the time comes, we are going to present viable and presentable candidates in whom we can see the future of Nigeria. Now we are not aligning with any political party. We are not aligning with anybody. We are not politicking. We are just watching and building. So that is what I want you to expect right away. So what you need to do is that you must be watching my monthly speeches, video speeches, from the 15th of every month till our next general elections. The reason is because I am going to bluntly address some key issues, some persons, some institutions, in a way that it will galvanize our people into sustaining the revolution. We previously voted for change, but now it is high time we voted for real change. Real change. Even as I'm talking now, some people are still doubting because they are used to standing in the valley since the military regime. Now we are moving to the mountaintop and nobody is stopping us. We have been open for a very long time that things will change. Today, look at where we are. They ruled for 4 years and they take back our country 8 years. So from May 15th, we are going to say no to many things in Nigeria. It is simply a campaign called No. Revolution without ammunitions. Remember this. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter and our tongue with singing. Yes, my people, just stay strong, committed, and hopeful. Have confidence in the victory ahead. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.